welcome to our hidden a cone tutorial video. This little trick is something we call a hide, and basically we just want our dog to put their face inside a cone like this or any other object really. Good boy, okay. And it's both a really awesome trick, but it's also a really useful little exercise to play with your dog if you want to teach your dog to someday maybe be comfortable wearing a muzzle. We also do have a video on that, so be sure to click further on in our videos and find that video if you need it. But for now, all you will need for today is some treats and a cone like this. This is just a 9-inch cone, and you can usually get them from sports shops or online. And you can use a clicker if you want to, but that is entirely up to you. So the very first step is to just make the dog comfortable with the cone here. And the way that you're going to do that is quite simple. You're just going to place a treat. You're just going to place a treat in the opening of the cone right here, and then simply offer the cone to the dog and let it eat the treat. Just be careful that when you do offer the cone to the dog that you don't accidentally tip it like this, because then the treat will fall all the way down in the bottom and then the dog won't be able to reach it. So be sure it's right in the opening of the cone. Offer it to the dog. Good. And let the dog eat the treat. Very nice. And then you can do that again. Super good. Just let the dog eat a few treats from the cone. Good. Super good. And once the dog is then comfortable with that, you can cheat it every once in a while. So just pretend that you're going to put a treat in there. Just going to pretend there's nothing in there, as you might be able to see. Pretend, offer it to the dog again, just like you're already doing when you're not cheating it. And if the dog is then putting its face in there, or even just sniffing the opening, you're going to praise it, okay? And the important thing is that when you do then give it a treat, that you actually put the treat back in the opening of the cone, so you don't encourage the dog to look away from the opening of the cone, because eventually we do just want the dog to be able to keep his face in there. So pretend you're going to put a treat in there, offer it to the dog. Good boy, yes. And then put it back there. Very nice. And then repeat a few simple steps where you do put a treat in there. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Teach it. Super. Very nice. Good. A few simple ones again. Treat it. Super go. Super go. And that's actually all the steps that you just need in order to get your dog comfortable with it. What you can then do is just every once in a while try to increase the number of times that you actually cheat the dog, but just be really quick at reinforcing your dog if it does look into the cone. And eventually you'll be able to build on a little bit of duration like this. So your dog can keep his face in there even though there is no treat. Super good. Super good. If you do, however, already have a dog that is very comfortable with the cone but doesn't actually keep its face in there, the way that you can teach your dog duration, okay, super good, is also actually quite simple. So again, do whatever you normally do at this age, and then just wait for your dog to offer just a split second longer. So what might happen is your dog just sort of puts his face in there and takes it out, puts his face in, takes it out, and maybe offers to do that a couple of times. But what you really want is for your dog to keep it in there. So you're just going to wait for your dog to do a split second longer, and it might offer to do a couple of times of the normal sort of pushing the face in there and taking it out really quickly. But if you just ignore it, the dog might offer at some point to do that split second longer, because it's thinking, come on, parent, why have you not seen that I have put my face in there? Now I'm going to keep my face in there a little bit longer for you to realize that I'm actually doing it. Super. And that's where you have to be super quick and then actually reward for that effort. Yes. And then do a few easy ones again where you just do it quick, and then every third time or so you actually require your dog to stay with his face a little bit longer inside the cone. And eventually you'll be able to get a dog that just keeps his face in there until you say that it's okay. Yes. Right. Super. If you want a verbal cue, associated with this, what you can do is obviously make sure that your dog is comfortable with the cone first, and then as you're about to offer the cone to the dog, you say your verbal cue, and then offer the cone, and then reward. Okay? So like this. Hide. Super. Okay. Say your cue, show the cone, and reward. Hide. Super good. Hide. Super good. Okay. And that way your dog figures out that there is a verbal cue associated with this exercise, and you should now be ready to try and switch up the different objects that you use for this exercise. Okay, super good. And try to generalize the behavior even more. So yeah, go have fun with that.